Welcome to our webinar. So my name is Fahan Shams, and I am the FFA lead practice lead in the Cloudteam. So those of you who do not know Cloudteam, so let me share my screen and let me just introduce Cloudteam to you. Obviously, you can get the same information in our website. So the Cloudteam company was founded in 2014, and our specialty is in the implementation of Salesforce and FinancialForce. We've been doing it for a number of years, and we got some good clients on it. In addition, we create some software apps and put that on the Force.com platform. And what today's webinar is basically about one of those apps. So we would like to share that with you. The app is called Cash Matching. So let me just bring that. I'm going to give you a quick overall understanding as to what we are presenting today. You'll have to bear with me. I'm going to just screen a little bit. Okay, so it's Power Tools by Cloudteam. We do, as I said, we do develop apps on Force.com platform, and one of the apps is SEPA integration, for example, and these are to create payment files for all your European banks. So if you're making payments and sending bank files to your bank, then that's a SEPA integration that we have. The one that we are going to be showing you today is the SEPA bank statement files, uploading those in FinancialForce and cash matching. Another tool that I would like to show you is how to automatically update your exchange rates in accounting currencies in FinancialForce. It's a quite useful tool. So a lot of our customers have been wanting this, and it just basically takes away you manually updating accounting currencies. So I'm not sure whether we can have some questions in interactive questions, but I think if there are any questions, please do let Miranda or put it down in the chat, and we can have a look. Okay, excellent. So let me start by showing you cash matching. Okay, so in cash matching, the whole idea about cash matching, why we came up with this app, is to ease the process of your bank reconciliation, really. So this is where you receive a volume of receipts, custom receipts from your bank, and you really can't be manually matching one by one in FinancialForce. So we came up with this cash matching app, which allows you to auto match. So let me explain how that works. So you go into, for example, I'm gonna try this bank account. I'm gonna go into bank accounts. And I've got this bank account, ABN AMRO. Okay. So in the bank account, I'll just go to the related lists, and you will see that there are lots of bank statements that are already imported. But we're going to do one together. Now, the cash matching app works with these two format files, so the CAMT 53 and MT940. I'm going to be using the MT940 today. Okay, so if I click on that upload, I click here, and I obviously get the statement that I have prepared for this demo. So we're just waiting for it to start uploading. In the meantime, it has done it already. That was quick. So the statement has been uploaded, right? So if I go back to the bank accounts and look at the related list, I can see a new bank statement has been imported, 443. So if I go into that bank statement, then I can see that I got these transactions, and I can click match transactions here. So as soon as I click that match transactions, what the system does is starts searching for all the transactions that are in your books. And so, for example, sales invoices and etc. And it starts trying to, put it into account. So the important things to note over here is that in this description, right, you got it looks for the details that it can recognize. So, for example, SIN, I can see SIN 565. It uses that to start identifying, okay, who is the account, what invoices is, and what amount do I need to. Now, at this point in time, so you've got 300,000 there as well, 10,000, and so forth. At this time, the system allows you to manually match it. So, for example, if you know for sure that this 15,000 euros has been paid for part payment for 10,000 and then part payment of this invoice, you can easily do that as well. So, for example, you can go like that, check that box, and so applying the 10,000 there, and then you can check this box and you can do part payment 5,000 there, right? You can do that manually. However, the purpose of this demo was to auto match. So there are lots of buttons over here on top, you will see. You can click on the auto match, and the system starts allocating the cash received, and it starts matching to the best invoice that they can find. So it's basically the whole of outstanding value, right? Again, the 300,000 is gone into this invoice, matching this invoice, and 10,000 to this invoice. Now you may receive some, I don't know, some monies in your bank which is not relative to any invoices or anything, and it's like a kind of direct debit, I don't know, interest received or something like that, right? You often do. In that case, this app allows you to either create journals, so you can add a journal, right? And if it's, so for example, if it's relative to a specific account, for example, a customer, has paid 12 euros, and you don't know what is that 12 euros for, but you know that a specific customer has paid for it, you can add the account over here and create that journal. So what it does is, if you're familiar with journal entries in FinancialForce, you can have a line type as an account, right? And what it does is that 12 euros then is specifically goes into that account, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, this 12 is interest received. I can create a journal, and I can obviously select the journal ledger account, interest received over here, right? So let's see if we have interest income or interest to be received, right? So that's the balance sheet. I'm going to put it in here. And at the moment, you can have 3 dimensions. So you can attach 3 dimensions to this. Okay, you can go ahead and save. I hope I'm not going too fast. And obviously, if you have any questions, then put them in the chat. Sorry, it's taking a little bit of time just to create a journal. Okay, here we go. So amount to be matched, it becomes 0, right? And the journal has been created. Okay. Also, so you've seen the receipts. So the receipt side of things, you can also match the payments. Okay. Although I don't have any payments for this demo, so I apologize for that. But you can also do the payments at the same time. So if you're making a payment, so for example, direct debits have been bank charges, for example, that you have paid out, you don't know anything about it until you receive the bank statement. So you can again create a journal to the same effect and post that journal too, right? So both on the payment side and on the receipt side, you can auto match. Once you have auto matched it, you can then go ahead and post the matched lines. What does that do is basically starts creating the cash entries for the receipts that are not in your books. So you haven't created a cash entry in your Financial Force, and it starts creating it creates a cash entry, a completed cash entry. So it's posted, and the status of the invoice that it is matching, it goes to paid and match, basically. So the whole end-to-end process of receiving money from your customers, creating a cash entry into Financial Force, and then matching it, it's all done in one click in terms of when you do auto match and post match, right? So that's the advantage of this app that we have created. It works really, really well. As I said, things to note is that it works on certain bank files. So we got CAMT and MAT, right? So if I just go back to the bank again, let me just go back to the bank account. Yep, ABN AMRO. And obviously, once you have auto match and everything, then you can start reconciling the bank statement, right? So I was pointing out that you can upload camp.53 file or upload mt940 file in here. Okay. Again, going back to the bank statement, once you have matched and everything, then you can go ahead and reconcile, right? Once you've done the match transactions. So that's your cash matching tool that helps. Obviously, if you have volume of transactions growing through your bank statement, then this becomes very, very handy, and it helps you through bank reconciliation. Plus, it takes that eliminates that manual intervention of matching it manually and getting it wrong. So many times I've had clients whereby they have actually matched the transactions manually, reconciled it, posted it, and then they thought, nope, that's the wrong matching. We need to reverse it. And they had to go through the whole process of undoing everything. And it can be a real pain in the backside. So it helps in your bank reconciliation. So that's our cash matching app. Another app I wanted to show you is our exchange rates. So feedback we had in from our customers is that currently Financial Force has enabled an org-wide exchange rate. So let me just explain. Bear with me 1 second. If I go to exchange rates, right? So Financial Force allows you to maintain your exchange rates in one place for all the companies in your group, all the currencies in all the companies in your group, right? So that eases a little bit. However, you still have to manually go and enter rates for them. Sorry, it's taking time a bit to upload. So you have to actually go um, uh, into the exchange rates and manually update them periodically as per your requirements, right? In addition to that, you have to make each company an org-wide exchange rate, right? So they can manage that in that way. What we have done is that come up with this exchange rate app. So if you go into the 9 dots and type in exchange rate, so the app is called exchange rate app, okay, and it literally allows you to update rates in each company. So for example, if I want to update in my on this company, I can go and into that company and start uploading the rates. So at the moment, I can select the source of ECB. The other sources that we provide is live rates. So ECB, that's the European Central Bank, and that gives you rate once per day. Live rates and ESTV daily, live rates and the layer rates, right? Currency layer, they are updating every second, and the source of those rates are in US. Okay, the ESTV ones, they're Swiss source, and they are daily rates or monthly rates. So you can choose either of these sources. Okay, so once you have selected, so for example, if I select the liverates.com, it starts updating. I can go and say that, and it will give me the rates, right? If I choose the ECB, it will give me the rates again. Okay, so there's slight difference over here, obviously, because ECB is once per day and live rates are, every second. Okay, once you've applied that, you can select the company, right? And then you can just click on upsert rates for selected company. You might be having a question in terms of how do I do the rates for the whole group or all the companies, right? So that is managed by what we can do is background scheduling job. So what it does is it updates for each company. Reason we have done that is that this original app is for individual companies rather than org-wide basis. Okay, we are looking to it's on our roadmap to have this on a org-wide, but and in its current form, you can do it company by company. Okay, so once you have upserted, if I go into my accounting currencies, actually I've got the tab open, so bear with me. So if I go to the tab open, I have updated the company BVs, so currencies in the BV. So if I look at the GBP, for example, because the home currency for BV is euros. So if I go to GBP and related list, and I can see that, yes, 3rd of July being today, the rate has been updated to 8.94. If I just confirm that, yep, I've got 8.94 there. Okay, so this is another app that helps, improves your working in terms of, you don't have to manually update the exchange rates, getting it wrong sometimes, and it literally pulls the rates from the source you've selected and updates it in one click. Okay, so just to recap again, I've shown you the exchange rates app and I've shown you the cash matching app. Okay, both can be available. And if you're at all interested, please do contact us at Cloudteam, and we'll be love to help you. And that's pretty much it from my end. So, any questions, Miranda? Do we have any questions?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Maybe now.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I hope it was quick, huh? That wasn't so bad. Half an hour. I did it in 20 minutes. I hope you enjoyed. And if you do have any questions, maybe not now, but maybe later, you can always email me or Miranda, and we will love to help you. Okay, thanks everybody. Thank you for joining. Appreciate the time. Until next time, have a good day.